What's up, Mason Plays? My soundboard not working. Come on, girl. There we go. Come on. Boop, 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 boop. Need some more water.
Hello?
Oh, what's up, Ethan?
You saw what happened in the end of chessboard 2?
Did you win again?
Yes.
Nice, dude. Good job. I guess we'll have to claim you as the new chess champion, dude.
Looks like I finally got back my title now.
Yeah.
I waited for a week.
Yeah, it's all good, dude.
Yes.
You got better, which is great. You got better, and now you can play. Oh, check your mic.
Yeah,
Fix your mic. I can hear too much of myself in your mic.
Sorry.
Yes. Nice. We got some screenshots. Oh, Cuber's got some stuff. Yes, exponent rules. Teacup's asking about the trace of a matrix. Jesus, Teacup. Jesu Christo. Okay, we'll go through that. I will do exponent rules. And then I will do the rest of Ethan's question, which is the spring. Which, yeah, we gotta learn some more stuff about springs, but we'll get to it. All right, cool. Let's start it off. I got a lot of stuff to go through today with you guys. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Office Hours. My name is Dr. Scroll. It's Actual Education, the stream that helps you out with math homework, science homework, life advice. I'm gonna do some college counseling for the boy Bob here. Let me see. Bob, you want to come up on stage? Let me help you out first. Get Bob up. Invite Bob to speak. What's going on, Bob?
Nothing much.
Enjoying your last Friday before college? College starts next week?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
Wow. You are the first student that we've had in this Discord graduate and go to college. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I think, we've been doing this for probably 2 years, maybe almost 3. Yeah, and I've never had a student go from being in high school to college. So that's a very cool transition. Yes, what's up, Ethan?
That's kind of depressing.
It's depressing? What do you mean it's depressing? It's just because a lot of the students here have been younger. Yes, what's up, Ethan?
I have 2 more years until I go to college, so I'm gonna be the second one.
That will be sick. Yes, dude.
That's dope.
My goal is for all you guys to go to college. College is great. Love college. Okay.
Yeah, it gets you good jobs as well.
Yes.
You can get
21.
You get a lot of good jobs. Hell yeah, dude. All right, one second. I'm going through all your syllabi.
Hey, Dr.
Yes, what's up?
See, I think you get a bachelor's degree, right, when you complete college.
You do. If you stay in college for an extra year or 2, you can get a master's degree in some programs. I know in architecture, if you go for 4, you can stay for an additional 1 or 2, and they'll give you a master's as well, which is pretty cool. I think they do the same thing for some engineering classes. If you stay for an extra year or 2, you write what's called a master's thesis, which is similar to a very long paper about something you did, and then they give you a better degree. It's cool. College is dope. Bob is going through the absolute torture, which is planning out your schedule. I know how this works. Yeah. And also, Bob, isn't it a mad dash? All the classes book out, right? You come in and you're shit, nothing's available. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all these classes.
Well, okay, little tip. What's going to happen here, Bob, is a lot of these people are going to drop within the first week or 2. So if you see a class that you want to, that you you're saying to yourself, I need to be in this class, go to it. So go to it for the first week or the first 2 weeks. And I guarantee you by the end of the first or second week, people will drop and then you'll be able to get in. And sometimes you can actually talk to the professor and be like, hey, I'm here. I'm just on the wait list. I just want to check it out. And that way you don't miss out on the class and it's as if nothing changed. Yeah, you maybe already know, but that's a tip and trick, especially in these popular classes, like Math 125. I'm sure like whatever section like sells out, I say like books out immediately.
Yeah.
But yes. Okay, cool. So yeah, you have to take Math 125. Understand that. I totally agree. You should take CS 102. And then your question was whether you should take these BUAD classes, which are business administration classes, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, and as I told you, and maybe I'll tell the other students here when going to college, or when they go to college, is at like 8 a.m. That's gonna be a hard one to make. I had some 8 a.m. classes like my first semester, and I said never again. Not doing it.
I'm just so sad now that you say that because
What?
my teaching session is just on 8:30.
Yeah, that's early, dude. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but in America, especially at a school like USC, which is a party school, like there are a lot of parties at USC.
Yeah,
Making an
I
8
mean-
a.m. class is difficult.
Yeah, I don't
What is the
even know
professor's
why they put a slot there, and I didn't really get a say on it. So
I
just,
know. The
well, I
scheduling
kinda
scheduling
got a
gods
say
just
on it.
yeah, the scheduling gods give it to what it is. You know, it's unfortunate, but 8:30 is better than 8. 8 would suck. 8:30 is getting better, but what were you saying,
Although
Bob?
I think the course I get assigned to do the TA is MA like Math
Math one.
125.
Okay. Wait,
it's
sorry.
good
Your
for
TA
students.
your TA session is at 8:30 in the morning, Hypatia? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I have to
Ew.
teach for a bit like an hour, and then later in the day I can just do some
Office hours.
tutoring, like like 4 hours per week, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so
And then,
that's similar to what we do here, and that's actually why I named this stream Office Hours, because it mimics what happens in college, where a TA will just have time in the afternoon for you to come in and just ask questions. That's what this basically is, but you know, digital.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the coordinator actually sometimes get mad at me about like teaching too rigorously, I guess, probably.
Yes. I mean, that's something you're getting better at, Hypatia. And again, I want you to practice it here on this stream. You know, if we have students that have math questions, I want you to get experience with trying to explain things in simpler terms that don't you don't have to be so complete about explaining things. You just have to get the point across, basically.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes, especially the way they try to explain. For example, on the second interview, they told me, like, you remember that question, right? So after that, I showed how to do the integration substitution,
Uh-huh.
and the way the notation I wrote, the coordinator was not happy about it.
Oh, was
because
too complicated?
No, it's like they use so like u equals blah blah blah, and then they write du equals blah 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 dx. I kind of because
Yes.
that notation means you are making a change of
Variables.
measure.
Yes.
Like it's literally more complicated than what I wrote. Like f x g prime x dx. Like
I
with the
see.
complication.
I see. Instead of being you, yeah, I see what you're using. Yeah. It again,
Yeah,
it's
like
it's the
after
method.
the-
Also, the way you teach has to line up with what's going on in the textbook and with the professor. Because the second something switches up in notation or convention, kids are going to be like super confused. And unfortunately, you just have to follow the way that they do it.
Yeah, and I guess the thing is that once, for example, a student asks, "What does DU mean?" I probably will have to spend a lot of time
Yeah, no,
on
just
that.
give him
Or
give him a very very brief introduction of what DU is. That's what you got to do, man. Very very brief.
yeah, I guess from what their textbook's saying is that it's just a symbol. It doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
But
no,
I kind of
yeah.
get sad if I just. Well, yeah.
I know it'll break your heart a little bit, but especially if it's an intro math class, like you just got to get through it. Save the rigorous stuff for when you're teaching people who actually want to learn math in higher level classes. You know, if you're teaching intro calc, dude, a lot of these people are just pre-meds, just trying to satisfy a requirement, and so your job is just to get them there. I know, I know. It's just
the thing about that is that mathematics consists a large portion of the methodology, the scientific methods they would use in research and practice.
Sure, but the pre-meds don't give a shit. They're just trying to go to med school.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, he says booze and chess is not a match made in heaven. Yeah, dude, I'm absolutely terrible at chess if I'm drunk.
Here, I think Noise asked me something about homological algebra and topology.
Let's do that on the second half of the lecture. I can give you that to just like have practice with like explaining that in simpler terms. Is that cool?
Yeah, if I think if Noise has some follow-up question, just at me.
We'll get Noise in here. All right. Let me help Bob real quick with planning college. Okay. So Bob, your choices were right. Is this BUAD 304, which I really would advise you not to take, just because it's 8 a.m. I know you say you're gonna wake up at 8 a.m. You're a freshman in college. Your first semester at a party school, you're not gonna wake up at 8 a.m. I you know, that's the non-PC like answer. I'm just gonna tell you what the truth is. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. Like you can say that you're gonna be self-disciplined and wake up at 8 a.m., but I don't think you're going to. So let's see what's in this class, and maybe I can justify why you should take it later. I assume these are classes that you have to take at some point to get your business degree. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the order matter? Like, do you need these classes to take later business classes?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, yeah. So right off the bat, if this is not like hampering your degree progression, I would get rid of it. And let's see why. Let's see, maybe this is BUAD 304. So yeah. So what I asked Bob to do is I asked Bob to go to professors or that teach this class or the university website and get the syllabus. The syllabus is very important. We have a syllabus in our Discord. Again, I model a lot of, you guys probably don't notice this because again, you guys haven't been to college yet, but I model a lot of what happens in this Discord based on a college class. That's why we have a thing here called the syllabus. Because what you should do every time you get to a class, or even before you take the class, is get the syllabus. The syllabus is the roadmap that tells you what's going to be covered in the class, when the exams are, how it's structured, grading schemes and everything. And so it's super important to like read these ahead of time. I know they're like super fucking boring, but like it'll save you so much time down the road if you just look at these. Okay, so because right away, I don't even know what BUAD 304 is, but let's see, organizational behavior and leadership. Okay, so it sounds like some like bullshit leadership class. All right, that's cool. There's a textbook, there's a course reader. Okay, cool. Books. Okay, this is what I always look for. I look for like what's the grading? Like how are they going to grade this class? And it looks like okay, there's a midterm and a final, which is 35%, and then you got this massive ass team project, which is 35%, and then you got some homework. Okay.
Well, I guess a comment I can add is like to ask the instructor if there is a attendance requirement.
Exactly, and that should be in here. That should be in here as well.
Yeah, if there's not, I guess usually it's fine. You just do the work yourself. At least that's what I do. If there, for example, when I had that class that has a mandatory attendance, which if I miss 4 sessions, they just automatically fail me, and
oh no,
of course I fail.
Oh no, that's no fun. Yeah, I think nowadays with the COVID thing, I don't think there are a lot of mandatory attendance classes because I think they're so used to recording the lectures that they just tell them you can watch them later. What it is.
Yeah, but somehow my university just do random stuff, so it might be accreditation, a requirement, or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see. Well, they still do some. All right, let's see. All right, so you got a big paper you got to write at this. You got a team project. Oh, damn. 8 to 10 pages. Ew. Okay. It's double spaced.
The random professors one too.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I mean, it's probably how it's structured. Okay. Short case, essay questions, and multiple choice. So again, this class probably isn't difficult. Oh, there's a ton of reading you got to do though. Ew. Oh. Motivation. Case course pack. Yeah, I don't know, man. This looks like a lot of reading. Plus, it's early in the morning, and plus, there's a big group project. Which, as I told you earlier, because you're one of the smarter and more driven kids, I guarantee you're going to be the carry on it, and because you don't want a bad grade, so you're probably going to end up doing most of the work. For all these reasons, I think you should just don't do it. Don't do it. Mainly because I really want you to focus. This is killer, dude. What? You got calc 5 days a week?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's like every
Horrible.
Luckily they're 1 hour lectures. Okay, I would rather have 5 1 hour lectures than, for instance, have 2.5s, which is how they do structure it in some colleges. They'll do. I'm not a fan of 2 hour lectures. I think 2 hour lectures are bad because most kids, at least in my decade of teaching experience, y'all top out after about an hour and a half. You can't learn past that. It's too much information. But yeah,
Our university is like 1 or 2 hour per week. Why do they have 5 hour per week?
I know. Yeah,
That's
this is nuts.
insane.
Yeah, this is a big class. Okay, so yeah.
There's 3 lectures and 2 discussions.
Oh, 3. Okay, 3 of these are okay. So Hypatia, 3 of them are lectures, and 2 of them are probably discussion sections. Okay, that's not too bad. The discussion sections is basically what happens here. You just basically ask for help with your homework, or a TA will basically go over a review problem. Which, again, you've already taken this class kind of per se, so you probably don't need to go to the discussion sections. Unless, like, you start bombing the exams and the homeworks, then you definitely need to start going to them.
Yeah.
But luckily, this thing's at noon. That's great. My first semester, my vector calc class was at 8 a.m., and that was so rough. So, like, I'm glad this class is at least later in the afternoon, so, like, you'll be able to do it. And then it looks like all of your computer science is just on a Wednesday. They double stack it is what they do.
There's one on Monday.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there is one here. You're right. Okay.
2
Right.
lectures, 1 discussion, and 1 quiz.
Got you. Okay, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of like your break days, right? Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see what's 307. Well, comp sci. Let me see real quick. What's in comp sci. Midterm exam. Yeah, C++ is a good language. It's not the easiest language. It's a good It's a good language to know. Cool.
I need to get B+ in this class.
Well then, yeah. Okay, again, if you have to get good, because yeah, you said that you need to do well in these classes in order to get into the comp science major, right? Your second year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then-
this is the most important.
Yeah, I'll just little heads up. I've tutored kids in CS classes, and depends on the teacher, but sometimes they'll give these assignments every week where like you need to write a piece of code, and like they'll give you the inputs, and they want the output to show up, and it's a lot of debugging. It's like you can learn how to code and whatnot. That's cool, but then the real learning how to code is being able to debug your code, because you'll put the inputs in and like you won't get exactly what the outputs are. And I've had some teachers that I've helped students with, that the teacher will have some just like online thing they have to go through, and it's absolutely bullshit. Like for whatever, it's not a human grading it, it's a computer grading a computer. And I don't know, you have to massage the answers. You have to be like, oh no, it like if it sees this space, it'll mark it wrong. Whereas like a human would be like, okay, Bob, this is close enough. So that depends on the teacher. So yeah, your comp sci class, you're gonna need a lot of attention for. Calc, depending how crazy they get. And then let's see what your 307 class is. 307 is great. No group project. I like that. Okay. Oh wait, well there's a project. Wait, is
This is a professor too.
a different professor? Yeah.
No, this is the right one.
Oh, this is the right one. Okay.
I think.
Okay. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Grading. I don't think this is a group project though, is it? Okay, cool. It's got a big paper. Yeah, decent sized paper. You got to do at some point. But it's not a group thing. And then, okay, but you do need to go to this class because there's in-class and participation assignments. Okay. But luckily, this is not the 8 a.m. class.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be able to make this, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I know you can make that.
If there's the 3 or 4, that's like more reasonable time. Should I do it or just leave it out?
I would. You have to weigh the benefits versus the cons. Okay, so the benefit of leaving out the 304 is you have more time to make sure you do well in calc and in computer science. The con is that you're going to have to take the class later, and yes, that may like delay your graduation, like per se, but also I'm pretty sure your course requirements are going to change once you get into the computer science major. Or have you already calculated that out?
I've calculated it out.
Oh, okay.
All these will go towards that too.
Okay, good. At least you're not taking any useless classes. Okay.
The only useless if I don't get it is CSCI, but
no, but that's a great thing to have. You should have C++ knowledge is something that'll help you out like later in life for sure. Let me think. 1, 2.
Oh no, C++ is so bad.
No, it's a great language, dude. It's the big daddy of computer science.
I can even argue Fortran is better than C++.
Fortran?
Like,
no one codes in Fortran.
the thing about C++ is there are these things called undefined behaviors, and it can drag you into the details of
There's the heap
language.
and
also,
yeah,
there
pointers.
are memory leak, and you have
Memory
to
leaks.
use smart pointers. Like
Pointers are
it's
the worst.
difficult. It's something that's not supposed to be taught in an introductory level.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. If I were you, Bob, I would just axe 304. What's the alternative time for 304?
None are available right now. I would have to look.
Okay. I mean, my gut instinct is axe 304. Just because of the group project, you don't want to get involved in like some bullshit group project when you're also trying to focus on this, because then you're dependent on other people. And it's one thing for you to be in control of your own destiny. You can control like how much you party and how much you study. But if you have group members you got to rely on, and like believe me, in business, dude, they are all fucking frat boys. They're all frat kids, all like the business ones, and it's gonna be hard to like rely on them, and especially their freshman year, dude, because this is also I don't know. Do you know about like Greek life and all that stuff? I forget if frats are still alive. I remember some frats got banned from USC because they were doing some crazy stuff. But the first semester is called what I think they call it like rush week or something, or where if these people are joining a frat, their first semester they have to basically participate in a bunch of hazing activities to become like part of the cool kids club, and that's gonna make them unreliable as group members. especially the first semester. If you want to take this class again and you take it at a later semester, like not with freshmen on their first semester, you're more likely to get people that can actually like pull their weight in the group project.
Yeah.
Just speaking for like, this is the stuff they don't tell you in like the college syllabus of things, which is the whole social aspect of college. And so it helps to be able to take that into account and navigate that. Because like 8 a.m., fuck no. Not happening.
Wait, how hard is C++ compared to like Python or JavaScript?
Not that much higher. In terms of in terms of difficulty, you think it's way more difficult?
Yeah, it's definitely. It's like so many people write so many articles about it. C++ is a really horrible language to teach us introduction.
At least it's not
courses.
C. At least he's not learning C, dude. If he was learning C or C++ at least still has some nice things on it.
Like for example, if you want to teach about the object-oriented models, you have to teach how the memory is stored, because otherwise you write programs that leads to memory leak, which vulnerability.
Oh, but C is not object-oriented. C is not object-oriented. C++ is.
That's why C++ is worse, and C is a little bit better, but you still have to watch out for the best practices.
Mm-hmm.
You won't forget to free a heap. Is it called heap? Yeah, heap.
Yeah, the heap.
Space,
the heap. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna go into the heap in like an intro C++ class. Let me see. Conditional.
That's why you don't teach C in an intro class.
No, dude, look. He's not even dealing with
JavaScript.
Yeah, he's not even dealing with the heap.
Are...
I'm not even dealing with it. I don't see it.
No.
Yeah, dude, there's nothing. Just look. Do you even have pointers in this? Yeah, look, there's not even pointers in this syllabus. He's not even doing pointers.
Well,
I think you'll be okay.
Well.
Patience like, no! I'm like, you know, like C++ is, especially in the computer science world, if you know how to code in C++, that is a very valuable thing to know how to code in, because a lot of companies use it. And you know, Python, you know, pretty much anyone can teach themselves Python. You know, it's a great language to learn. It's very versatile and whatnot. But C++ is like, you got some chops. Like if you say like, I know how to code C++, people are like, oh, this guy actually knows how to code. You know, so.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
read
it-
some of that on
Sorry, what's up, Bob?
I said I
Yeah,
read some of that on Reddit.
like
That-
if
yeah.
you want to take the course, I guess I would have some recommendation for you to
Yeah.
like a reading, so that during the semester you can get a little bit more on what you are learning. Otherwise, like for example, when you're doing the debugging, if you run into a situation where there's an undefined behavior or just something that your instructor didn't tell you
No
about.
pointer exception.
Yeah, well, exception is also a big thing about C++.
Yes.
It leads to different kinds of problems, but
Yeah.
well, yeah, I guess like do they even offer a option for anything else than C++?
I think. I mean, I don't know. Probably depends on the professor. It looks like the intro class is C++, but I saw in the syllabus they said they go into Python in the last week. Because again, dude, if you can code in C++, it's gonna be a cakewalk to code in Python. Python is like makes so many things like more simple, and like you don't have to deal with things. But if you know how to do the complex stuff, then you'll appreciate the simplifications. What I
Yeah,
would
but
say.
also just a point from you, Gold, is that it
Yeah.
leads to frustration, a lot of frustration for the
sure.
students to learn
For
there.
sure. Well, you know, I'm always here, Bob. So if you need C++ help, you can always ask on the stream. I got you. Anyways, yeah. Any other questions, Bob? I think that would be my advice. I mean, you don't have to do it, but like that's my advice for you.
Uh-huh.
Cool. All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Good job, Bob. I'll give you a bond coin for that because I appreciate people asking about college advice. That's a great thing, and hopefully helps out other people as well. Cool. Enjoy college. Come by. You know, don't forget us. I know college will be fun, but come by every once in a while, and we're here to help you, dude.
I will.
All right, cool. All right, nice. Let's get Teacup up. What's up, Teacup?
Hello.
Bonjour. We're gonna do some matrices. Can you boost your mic volume up a little bit? It's kind of quiet. I have you maxed out. Wait, what? Did you say something to me, Teacup?
Hello and welcome to the talking show.
Thank you, dude. Oh my god, I can hear you so much better, dude. Okay, awesome.
Oh yeah, I just realized they gave me my banner back on Discord because I have Nitro again.
Oh yeah, nice, dude. Yeah, congrats, dude. Yeah, Nitro's dope. Well, I can see. You need.
Banner.
Did you use your boost yet? You probably used them on your server, didn't you?
I did not.
Oh, you haven't used? Oh, okay. I think we need one boost. If you want to boost the server with one, we need one. Otherwise, it's gonna expire tomorrow.
Okay, here you
But then
go.
you can use the other boost on like whatever.
Here, I give you a boost.
Wow! Thank you, Teacup. We are saved. Sweet. Okay. Appreciate
Now
that.
you
All
gotta
right.
give me an extra popcorn.
Yeah, I gotta give you an extra bond coin for the boost. It's partially why I give you guys Discord. Like I pay for all y'all's Discord Nitro because so that you can give me back some of the boosts because I otherwise I need to pay for the boosts because I do see a significant increase in students coming in when we have that vanity the vanity URL. People see it and they're like, oh, it's legit. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're doing about the trace of a matrix. This is cool. The traces are dope. You're good.
What even is my vanity URL on? Hold on, check real quick.
Your banner?
No.
It's the.
For one, I have a W banner, but one second, I'm trying to find.
Okay, you're good. We can define in n comma m the inner product, the trace of A transform B. First, check the inner product makes sense and that A transform B is indeed a square matrix. Repeat each step of the proof of the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. See that it still works. Ah.
Wait, what? Maybe this
Yeah,
is,
please, Hypatia. I think I need your help on this one.
That's what it is. Hold on. It's literally just that.
Message something to me.
It's in Twitch.
Oh, NRI. Oh, that's cool. NRI, he said. Oh, that's sick. Okay, that's your Roblox server.
Yes.
Oh, I'll check it out. Nice.
Uh,
Oh, so this is
Yeah,
a
sure.
this is a function, right, Hypatia? Do you want to explain this one to Teacup? You want to get some practice with explaining math?
Yeah, I just started eating my food, but yeah, I can.
He's
So
like-
here, what you like? So inner product, it's kind of like. Do you know what a dot product is?
Yeah, Teacup. Do you know what a dot product is?
Yes.
Like dot product of vectors.
He says he does.
Okay, so think about like a vector. What can you do with a vector? Like you can like the two thing you can do with a vector, you can scale it, which is called a scalar multiplication.
Good.
So you can multiply a real number onto that vector, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you another thing that you can do is you can add two vectors together, right?
Good. Yeah.
So whatever a set such that you can do these two things is called a vector space.
Ooh.
And this and the like what's the notation there? The m parenthesis n m, that is a vector space. It's a real vector space because like well, they are matrices, but you can multiply a scalar with a matrix by multiplying all the entries with the scalar,
Mhm.
and you can also add matrices together, right?
I like that. Yeah.
So think about the axioms, or well, axiom is a big word. Let's say the laws that inner products of two vectors has to follow. What are they?
Teacup. Do you know what rules you need for doing a inner product between vectors? Doing a scalar product of vectors?
Yeah, so well, the axioms is just on well the wiki page or whatever of inner product. But just think about it for like several seconds first before you look at it.
Yeah. Teacup.
I'm eating.
You're eating? What? Are you both eating? God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm eating my Tostitos with cheese while watching
Um,
something else on my iPad.
Okay, well, stop watching the thing on your iPad. Hypatia's taking time out of their eating to teach you teach you matrices.
I turned off my iPad. I'm
Very good
still
job.
eating, though.
Very good job. Very good job. I know.
Can I still eat?
Yeah, but can you pay attention?
Yeah, I'm paying
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, you have to interact then, because if Hypatia asks you a question, you have to answer it. That's the whole point. And this is honestly, as teachers, like, the most rewarding thing is when, like, students actually listen to what you're saying. Otherwise, it's just, like, talking to a wall, which is, like, super depressing. Jamarcus says, what the fuck is this? You're gonna learn something today, Jamarcus. Okay. So, Teacup, he was asking, sorry, they were asking, how can you, like, what are some things that need to be true in order for you to multiply two matrices together with an inner product? It's okay if you don't know.
No, not
Yeah, I don't
multiplying matrices. Matrix has different rules of
Oh, sorry.
multiplication.
Multiplying
Here we are
vectors.
talking about
The one I know
say
with
two
matrices
vectors
is-
when we are taking the dot product of them.
Okay.
What are the laws that it
Okay.
has to satisfy?
All right, Teacup, what laws do two vectors having an inner product have to satisfy? What do you think?
Is it the size?
The size? Yeah, I do think it is. Do they have to be the same size, Hypatia? Is that right?
Think about here when you have two vectors a and b, you are like just there. You are multiplied. You are doing the dot product.
Okay.
So what if I represent a as a sum of two vectors, say a1 and a2?
Okay.
So now a
We're back.
Start the goal.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
What do you want to ask me?
How the hell are you gonna restart this OBS?
I just restarted it once. It's okay. It's working.
This happens almost every stream.
No, didn't happen last stream.
I said almost every stream.
Okay, almost every stream. I don't know. Go yell at Bill Gates.
I don't
Alright.
know who they are.
All right. So when we do a dot product teacup of things, right? You remember, for instance, if we had like x1 and like y1 here, and then x2 and then y2. Do you remember the rules for what happens when we do the dot product between these two vectors?
No.
No? Okay. Well, what happens is this thing multiplies with this thing. Okay, so we say x1 and then
times
we'll-
x2, and then it has y1 times y2.
good. That's y1, and then we add them together.
Yeah, you do x1 plus x2 plus
Plus,
y1 times y2.
Good. Is that what we're getting at, Hypatia? Is that what we're trying to like, explain?
Not quite. So
Okay.
the thing I want to hear is distributivity.
Okay.
Like when you have a plus a1 plus a2
Yeah.
within the parenthesis, and then dot product b.
Oh, just
what you
B.
get.
Oh, B doesn't have parts to it. Okay, sorry. I got you. I see what Hypatia's saying.
Well, I mean, you're a physicist. You should probably recognize a different convention. So what mathematicians do is like we want linearity in the first the first parameter.
So what you're saying, Hypatia, is that if I have a matrix B and it's a vector B being multiplied by something which is a sum of vectors, that this is going to multiply by both of them. So it's going to be this, like B1 dotted with A1 plus, sorry, not B1, sorry, just B dotted with A2. Is that what we're getting at?
Yes.
Okay,
And
cool.
this is called linearity.
Linearity.
So
Cool.
this is so remember the problem wants us to try to prove that this inner product is well defined. Is it well defined or makes sense? Well, that's basically just well defined.
Okay, well defined is what he says. And then this is interesting. I think this is the main thing that we want to solve here, is that A transform B is a square matrix. I think
Transpose, not transform.
Sorry, transpose. Say yeah, not transform. Transpose. Okay.
So remember how now we are talking about matrix multiplication.
Yes.
So do you remember how matrix multiplication are done?
Teacup, do you remember how we multiply matrices together? We did this actually last stream. We had something like this.
What we do is we have the little t.
Oh, that's a cross product. Yeah, you're talking about this thing. Yeah, no. Matrix multi. I know. Here, but I did this with. Who did I do this with? One sec. It was. I think it was with Bob actually. I did it with Bob. Yeah, this was it. You remember when we're multiplying matrices together?
Oh yeah, that where you have the horizontal and then multiply with the vertical.
Yes, good. Yes, that's correct. That's how we multiply matrices together. Is that what we're looking for, Hypatia?
Clarification I want to make here is a Y transpose. Like think about the matrices when you want to multiply two matrices together.
Yes.
The first matrices, the dimension might be n by m.
Okay.
And the second one has to be m by
whatever.
M by whatever. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So
and
you have to match the dimension, the second dimension with the first dimension, like those two together.
Oh, that's very
so
cool.
That multiplication makes sense. That's why when you have n by m matrices, you want to time another n by m matrices. Here you want to do a transpose so that it becomes m by n.
Good. Yeah. So
right?
what Hypatia's saying is that so when we take the transpose of a matrix, what we do is we flip these dimensions. Okay. So instead of something being, for instance, Teacup, like a 4x2, let's say something was a 4x2, the transpose of this, it kind of like rotates it like 90 degrees. This ends up becoming a 2x4. So it ends up looking like this. That's what a transpose does. Okay?
Okay.
So if this, for instance, is matrix A and this is matrix B, right? Then the transpose of A means these dimensions will flip. So this will be m times n with m by whatever. And then what Hypatia was saying is that, well, in order for matrix multiplication to make sense, these must be the same, okay? So I know that this and this have to equal each other, okay? And here's the cool thing, Teacup. If these things equal each other, right, this has to be an m by m. If a matrix has the same dimensions here as the same dimensions here, what type of matrix is that? Starts with an S. Teacup.
Do you know pattern glaze?
What's the special name for a matrix if it has the same number of rows as it does columns?
Well, there are multiple names for it, but the ones like think about when you draw
Square
all the
matrix.
inputs.
Square
on a grid.
matrix!
Yeah.
Yes, he did it. Yes. Very cool. So, if this is the same rows and columns, this must be a square, okay? And then here's the cool thing, right? This was an m by whatever matrix, right? Okay, but how do we prove that the result has to be a square, Hypatia? Because can't this still be whatever dimension I want it to be?
Well, yeah, but you see the problem. You don't actually need it to be square. Like as I said, you have one matrix with n by m. Now you flip it, it becomes m by n. Now you can multiply them together. Despite that, you have like they are both not square.
Okay, but
And
well,
actually, the result will be a square matrix.
Okay, maybe that's where I'm getting lost. Okay, so if this is n by m, and this is m by anything, right? B can be m by anything. And I take the trans...
Let's say n, m, and then maybe p.
Okay,
So
cool. Let's do it. Let's do it.
m by p.
I like that. Okay.
That's
And then-
how matrix multiplication works. But here, what we are actually having is that we want to consider only matrices of dimension n by m. So look at the problem
okay.
again.
Okay. Given an n by n matrix. Okay. So this has to be n by n.
If we want to do it's n by m still, but now we only want to consider n by m. We don't want the p anymore. So when we do a transpose on this matrix and then multiply it to the left, what we are getting is a m by n matrix multiplying an n by m matrix, giving us the result a m by m matrix. A square matrix for which the trace makes sense.
Okay. Let me see. I think I almost have it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, no, we're getting closer. We're getting closer because I don't get it yet, which is like that's it's okay.
Well,
it's okay.
My computer is not at my hand, but
you can guide it through here. Okay. N of m is the inner product of this. Okay. I'm sorry.
No. You want to define the inner product on the matrices. On the you want to define what it actually means to have a matrix dot product another matrix.
Good. Okay.
Both of which are of dimension n by m.
Okay, good. I like that. Okay. So they're both n by m. Is that what we're saying? Right?
Yeah. And the definition of this inner product is that you want to take the transpose of the first matrix.
Good.
So now A is the transpose of A is a m by n matrix.
Good. Yes.
And then you want to multiply it with the matrix B.
Yes.
With matrix multiplication, which and the result is going to give you a m by m matrix.
I see. Okay, and then m by m, and then this is square.
Now you take the trace of that resulting square matrix. So remember, the trace usually, there are generalizations where you can define it for non-square matrices, but here we define a trace just as the product of the sum. The sum, right? Yeah, the sum.
It's the sum of the diagonal, right?
Yeah. So you want the sum of all diagonal elements.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Well, so if this matrix is not square, there is no diagonal.
Right, there's no trace. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's why you want to do the transpose.
Okay. Why did so my next question here though, Hypatia, is that why did A and B have to have the same dimensions starting off? Like, why was this n by m, and why was this not, I don't know, like f by g?
Well, so here we are trying to define an inner product on a set on a vector space. So
Okay.
for the like a vector space, you can think of it for first and foremost as a set of all the vectors in it.
Okay.
So
Which means
inner
in order for
product
them to add, they have to be the same dimension. Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm starting to see.
That's one of the reasons for it to be a vector space.
Oh, okay.
So it has to be closed. When you are adding two matrices together, you want it to still be in the same set, and also adding two matrices with different dimensions doesn't really make sense.
So where did we say that they have to add? Sorry, was that here when we said the inner product? So where did I say
so
that they had to add?
Inner product has to be so inner product has to be defined on a vector space.
And that has to be defined under addition.
Yeah,
Got
because
it.
you want the linearity with scalar multiplication and distributivity with the addition. If you are only defining it on a set, like it doesn't make sense to have an inner product. You're just having a product that doesn't really satisfy any algebra.
Okay. So it's so interesting because this question, nowhere did it mention anything about a set. Nowhere did it mention that it needed to be closed or a vector space. This is all information that you knew outside of the question, Hypatia, right? Like, I didn't see that anywhere in this.
I think that, like, for example, if there is a textbook from which this problem was taken, probably just before it, they will tell you about how it works, because I don't know. Teacup, is this just a problem you found randomly, or are you reading anything?
Yeah, where'd you find this teacup? What?
Harvard.
Harvard. Yeah, he keeps reading this like where's this Harvard thing you keep looking at?
You want it?
Yeah. Can you send it to me? Curious. I'll give you a linear algebra textbook, man. If you want to like go through linear algebra, Noyce gave me a really good linear algebra textbook. Yeah. Here,
My Axler. The linear algebra downright.
1 sec. Let me get it. I'll pull it up. There, I'll post the link in the Discord. Probably can't post it in Twitch because technically it's piracy.
This is the one I was using, and the current one I'm using now for this question is.
Okay.
Let me see if I can
Open
find
up. Harvard. Math 1A. Okay, so this is calculus, so I don't think this is vector
it.
set.
Oh, this is the one I was using today.
Okay. Also, what the fuck is the summation? Okay, very cool. So this is some dude at Harvard teaching linear algebra. Useful. This is useful.
That sounds expensive.
So remember, the problem wants us to show that it makes sense to define inner product like that. Well, you have to. Well, first of all, you have to show like like it actually makes sense. And then you can check all the axioms required for a function with two parameters to be an inner product.
Wait, which is this is differential equation.
And one caveat I want to actually mention here is that like go back to the question. Let me see the question again so that I can. So the thing about it is that there is a slight difference between if here you are talking about real matrices whose entries are all real numbers, or complex matrices.
Oh my God,
Because
complex
for
matrices.
Yeah, because for
Oh, no.
complex matrices, the inner product axioms are different to adjust to different kinds of conventions and the desired property we want a inner product to have.
Okay.
And it's actually very relevant to what physicists are doing, like with the Hilbert space formalism of quantum mechanics. You have to have the self-adjoint operators. You have to have inner products that are skewed. So it like instead of symmetry, you have conjugate symmetry.
I see. Yeah, this gets
But
very advanced.
I guess here what they are saying is probably just a real matrix, so we don't have to care about all of those.
Yes. In the question, it has summation KAKK. Oh, he's talking about this. Oh, okay. Let me explain this real quick to Jamarcus. This is a good thing. Okay. So they're saying this. They say sum of K for A, K, K. Okay. A is a matrix, guys. A matrix that looks like this, which is going to have different elements in it. Okay. So let's say this is matrix A. And then let's say it's a 3x3, okay, which means it has 3 rows and 3 columns, okay. Then what this would be A11, this would be A21, this would be A31, this would be A12, this would be A13, this would be A22, this would be A23, this would be A32, this would be A33. These are like, it's kind of like coordinates, Jamarcus. It just tells us, like, you know, in a matrix, what the position is of the numbers, okay? And so this is what they're defining as the trace, and this is what Hypatia was talking about when they talked about summation of the diagonals, is summation here, K, means that I'm going to add all the different things of this by increasing this number sequentially. Like, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do A00. 0. That's when K is equal to 0. Well, actually, let's start it at 1. Sorry, most matrices start at 1. So this is K equals 1. And then we're going to add it to A22, because that's K equals 2. Oh, okay, yeah, all right, okay, cool. So A11 says I'm going to add this thing to this thing to this thing. This is K equals 3. And this, what Hypatia was talking about, this is a diagonal. And if you add up all the elements in the diagonal, you get what is called the trace of a matrix, which is important for other things, I think. I don't know exactly. There's probably a lot of really cool applications to the trace of a matrix. But yeah, that's where the summation notation comes from.
Yeah, so here, let's try it. So you have already went into a progress in improving that question. So what we want to do here is that we write down generically a n by m matrix, and then we keep use the like Aij to keep track.
Oh, dude, I get so confused with that, Hypatia. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, right. So Hypatia is saying if I have a matrix that's an n by m, then every element in that matrix is an A, and then we say I do this I, J, right? This is the row, and then this is the column.
I mean, that's our convention. Physicist convention is you write I on the top and J on the bottom.
Oh, really? Is that what we do? We do this.
One is contravariant of one is covariant.
Oh, this is where we get into like tensors. Oh no, I know where we're going with this.
And also, there is this thing called the Einstein summation convention, and the yoga of indices. You sometimes some operations tell you to move the index from the bottom to the top, and then sometimes you go the reverse. So those kind of things. Yeah. You really don't have to do that, but physicists sometimes do that.
Jamarcus said this was interesting, but they hope that they never have to see it again. I'm like, you will.
So the proofs goes something like this.
Yeah. This
So
is another
in
thing I wanted to
order-
show. Like, A transpose, right? Transpose is when we switch the elements. That's why Aij. A transpose is Aji. You end up switching the row and the columns.
So in order to prove the linearity, or let's say distributivity, over the like you want to, so A here there will be there will be addition, so A equals to like A1 plus A2, two matrices. Now you want to label their appropriate indices by I and J together, and you can see how the entries of so A1 IJ equals to like AIJ equals to A1 IJ plus A2 IJ. So
A
that's
equals
how the addition.
A1 IJ. That's what we say, plus A2 IJ.
AIJ, like the left hand side.
Oh, gotcha.
AIJ.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, and then this is the I, and then this is the J component. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, what's like right now, so there is another B matrix Bij, and then what we want to do here is we want to take the transpose. So the transpose of A Ij or equals will be equal to AJI.
Good. That equals
So remember
AJI.
the transpose, we are flipping all the elements.
Oh, very cool. And I see. And then this is going to be A1JI plus A2JI.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then when I do this multiplied with this, right? If I do A transpose B,
yeah,
that's going to be A1JI times BIJ plus A2JI.
Well, you are jumping some steps, but it's fine, I guess.
Oh, what did I jump? I just took this, right?
Fine. We can keep doing it.
Okay. Is this right?
So here, like right now, what we are having. So now we want to take the trace from the beginning to the end.
Okay, let's do it.
So the trace of A1ij plus A2ij, like within the parenthesis, and then like the trace is just the diagonal of like the sum of the diagonal.
So we're saying
And
the
then
trace of A. This we're saying.
No, the trace of A the trace of A transpose times like multiplied by B. That's the goal.
This is the goal. Yes.
So let me type it down, I guess.
You're good.
Yo,
Yo, what's up, Nick?
am I too
learning-
late to ask a question or
You
no?
can drop it in. I still got to work with Ethan, and then yeah, I can do yours as well. Oh, I'm out of gum.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sad days. One more gum.
What kind of gum do you use? Do you?
I like Trident.
Hmm.
Sensation says I'm having a hard time telling if this. Yeah, Hypatia is Chinese. I guess it's too funny. Hypatia. Someone in the stream thinks you sound like you're German almost.
Well, the thing about like when you are not a native speaker of English, you kind of learn English from everywhere. So your accent sounds like everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's funny when like people go to England, for instance, to learn English from like, I don't know, India or something, and then they end up having like a British English accent. Kind of cool.
Okay, so look at that. So this is our goal.
Okay. Let me pull it up. You put it in office hours?
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, I missed the T. Let me put in the T. E2.
Oh, okay. I think I see what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
So the goal.
So right now, what you want to do is like, I'm writing in terms of matrices. You are here. You are just putting the IJ onto it.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then you put the sum onto it, the product and then the sum onto it, and then you pick out the diagonal, and then you sum them up, and then you get the goal. That's well a portion of the proof.
Mhm.
Like you
Thought it would
want to
be-
check that this thing
Ah.
is not the axiom.
Okay. So, yes. Okay. So if I'm trying to take, I like this. This is cool. This is how a proof works in math. I get it because we're gonna do it like in general, and then like if it works in general, it works everywhere.
Yes, you are taking like for all matrices, for all elements.
So the transpose
quantity.
distributes to each one is what we say, right?
Yeah.
So this becomes A transpose IJ, A1 transpose IJ plus A2 transpose IJ, right? And then this is still dotted with BIJ. And then I know that the transpose just switches the indices. So this is really the trace of A1JI plus A2JI dotted with BIJ. Okay. Aha. But, right? Okay. Then that's the trace of A1JI dotted with BIJ plus A2JI dotted with BIJ. Okay. But then in order for this to happen, all of these indices have to be the same, right? Like the size of them have to be the same.
Oh, here. So, like
These have
with
to be the same
matrix-
dimension, right? In order to do a dot product, you need the same dimensions.
Yeah, but here you are omitting the summing, right? Like
Okay.
with the matrix multiplication, you are supposed to, like every entry in the result, you are supposed to make a sum of
Okay.
the product of the, like, you remember that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm also doing and I'm also doing the diagonals of this, right? If I'm doing the trace, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
So you are picking out a diagonal. So diagonal are the it's not it's not JIIJ anymore. It's just II.
exactly. Yes.
Right?
This is I, and then this is BII, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then
And
this
then you
is
go from the other direction to expand all the definitions, and then you will see those two coincide, and then you finish this portion of the proof.
I see. Okay. And then so this is the same thing as A1 II plus A2 II dotted with B, I guess, right? And it's just summation. Sorry. There you go. That's what this is, right? And that means that these BII. So these must all be square matrices. Then this is gonna be a square. I get it. Like A and B both have to be square matrices. Is that our end result? Is that what we're trying to prove here?
No, we are trying to prove. Like, look at the chat I sent you. The goal is there.
Okay. Oh, I guess I wrote down the goal. I just did the goal. Okay.
Yeah, but this one is a rather trivial check. So because basically, you expand all the definition, and then you use your Euro laws in terms of addition and multiplication, grouping them, and then you get the same thing. That's what I said. Like when you expand
I
the
see.
definition, you see that the left hand side and right hand side coincides.
Exactly. Okay. I see. Because this is A1 transpose B, this is A2 transpose B, and then this is a summation, and then these things are equal to each other. I get it. Okay. Cool. I think did I prove it then, Hypatia? Is this good enough for like math?
Not really. I guess if
what am I
it's a
missing?
linear algebra homework, I probably will give you a quarter to a half of the score. But yeah, you need to write down a little bit more for.
Here's an idea.
Especially if
Hypatia, can you, if you have any like free time later, can you write out what a rigorous definition of this would be, and then we can go over it.
Definitely.
I think that would be really
But
cool. 'Cause
not right now. Today,
No,
I
no, no,
feel
no, no.
quite-
no.
quite
I'm saying
off.
just sometime in like, yeah. And I hope you feel better, man. I know you've been having like the worst experience with this stuff, but
Yeah, today I cut myself on my thumb. I don't know, like there is a metal thing, and now I just got checked, and they didn't really do anything. They asked if I
dude,
want to
doctors
get a
suck, yeah.
tetanus shot.
yeah, they suck. Yeah, doctors suck. Not this doctor though. Cool. Yeah, Hypatia, when you have some time in the next couple days, it'd be very cool if you could write out what like you think a rigorous math definition, like a full credit solution would be, and I'd love to go through it and then maybe explain to the kids on where it comes from. And then this will help. This will help you as well because you'll see how I would explain it to a student, and then you can kind of see the simplification.
Yeah, just text me that question again. I think there's a second part about the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality.
Yeah,
right?
we didn't even get to Cauchy-Schwarz, but that's okay.
Yeah, but remember the joke I told you about how China is cutting down their medical insurance expenses with the help of the Cauchy-Schwarz?
Oh yes, you did say that. Yes. Wait, no, that's his. Never mind, that's the wrong thing. One sec. Clear clipboard. Copy. No, what the hell? One sec. There we go. Let me copy that in. Cool. There we go. That's the correct thing. Okay, there it is. All right, awesome. Good question, Teacup. I hope you learned something on matrices. I know there's a lot there at the end, but I think this is a good little project here because I need to understand it before I can like teach it to you guys. And so Hypatia got very far with teaching me it, and then once I see the solution for how they worked it out, and I can understand it, then I can try to see how I would explain it to you guys, and then that way Hypatia can learn how it works to kind of simplify these things down. It's a win-win situation, and I get to learn some linear algebra.
That's dope.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
I guess the thing about linear algebra and these kind of questions is that the thing you want to know is the actual definitions of all of the concepts, the terms involved.
Right. Yeah, there's
and
a lot.
then you can start making progress towards proving your goal.
Sensation Black said, "Don't forget to end it with a QED." And like, yeah. So maybe you guys are wondering what a QED is. QED stands for Quotis est demonstratum, which means "thus it is shown" or "thus it is demonstrated." And this is like kind of the gang sign they put.
Like erat is a Latin, the verb conjugation. I don't really know, but it's not the present tense. It's a past perfective tense, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but basically, like, when you do a math proof and you're like, boom, like, mic drop, you know, like, if you, like, won, like, a rap battle or something, you would write QED, or if you're even more gangster, you just draw these 3 dots as a triangle. And it's like, thus it is proven.
Or a square. Sometimes
or you do the alien language of whatever.
Yeah, or you guys want to do this? Is this the thing you guys want to do? You guys want to do this?
Yo, I remember absolutely everybody drew this, bro. I even had to learn how to draw this for some reason.
Yeah, no, the three dots means it's proven. I write it everywhere on paper. Yeah, it just means it's, yeah. I don't think it means therefore. It just means proven. Cool. All right, let me help out Ethan. And then you have a question, you said, Dark?
I don't have a question. I wanted you to like explain it to me.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
You like, make a question that
all right, I'll look at. I
can understand.
Your mind is not little, dog. All right, Ethan, what's up? You want to do your question?
Bro, compared to Ethan and Teacup, hell yeah, the hell? I'm like 4 grades higher than them.
It's okay. Okay, dude. Here's actually no. I'm gonna like take a little detour real quick. I taught a student today who's in their 30s and needed help with physics, and I always like to ask. I'm like, what's going on? and they're like, yeah, you know, I partied a lot in my 20s, but you know, now I've kind of come to the realization that I want to be a doctor. I want to go to med school, and in order to go to med school, I have to take physics. And so I feel like I now know, you know, how to organize my life, organize my time, study and whatnot. And I think that's really cool. I teach a lot of students that, like, for instance, don't really go into like the stuff we're going over here until they're in their 30s. There's no age limit to learning. If you know, everyone learns things at their own pace eventually. And so, you know, don't worry, Nick. If don't worry if like someone 4 years younger than you is doing something. Like, just worry about yourself. You know, I used to always compare myself to people and be like, oh man, these kids are so much younger and so much better than me. But you don't know the whole story. You know, maybe they are better at like that one thing, right? But maybe they don't know how to explain anything. So what's the point? You know? Or maybe they get bored of math after like a year and then they quit, you know? I know the feeling of being discouraged because you're like, wow, what am I doing with my life? Like, all these people so much younger than me are doing so much more. You never know what's going to happen to them, dude. They may just like decide to just quit doing everything and go become a monk in like Tibet or something. Just focus on yourself.
Like, what, I don't know his name, but the little boy that played Home Alone.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Did
Did he die from doing drugs or something?
I mean, he did a lot of drugs in his day. Like most child stars, they get kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
But dude, Macaulay made a pretty good like redemption arc. He just got married to somebody, and then he plays in a rock band about pizza. Have you guys seen this? Pizza rock band.
Wait, is he dead or no?
Yes, yeah, no. He's alive. He's alive. He had
alive?
Yeah, he had a rock band called the Pizza Underground. Yeah. It's too funny.
Who the hell told me he's dead?
No, Macaulay's still alive. Yeah, he's 42. Yeah, and he's married to... Oh, wow, he's married to the Disney star? What? Brenda Song? That's too funny. She was on this, Phil of the Future. You guys remember this?
Sure.
No. Okay. No, I'm gonna do questions. Don't worry. Let me do all your questions.
Yeah.
Right. Ethan, where you
I'll be
at?
back.
Ethan, let's do it. Let's do the questions. Don't worry. I got your question. I'm getting them done today.
Oh, and plus, like, I'm a little I guess you can say afraid or whatever, cause like, once I was supposed to finish 12th grade a few months ago or whatever. I didn't really start it yet. I paused it. Whatever. It's online. You can pause it whenever you want. So like, I paused it. I'll finish it in like a month or two or whatever.
Sure.
Whatever. So I'll be going to college or trade school or whatever in a few years or in like a few months or like.
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
So like, if I go there and they're gonna be doing some high level shit, bro, I got no clue what I'm doing.
Well, then that's luck. It's a good thing you have this stream. Like, I'm here. I help you guys.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Just take advantage of it, bro. Like, yeah, let me help you. Just again, I'm here three times a week.
I need Ethan to go to school for me.
All right, here, Ethan. Where you at? Ethan, you here? Let me get some questions.
He's here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. A 1.05 kilogram air track glider is attached to each extent of a track by the two coil springs. It takes a horizontal force of 0.9 newtons to displace the glider to a new equilibrium of 0.29. Find the effective spring constant of the system. Okay. Are the springs the same?
But I don't really know. I mean, there's little X's there. There's little X's on the little arrows.
All right. Okay. We have a box here. Okay. Right. And we are moving this box to the right. You see how we move it to this position, 0.290?
Okay, because it's farther to the right.
Yes, good. And we say that the amount of force that took, right? We're going to say like the net force that took was 0.90 newtons. Okay. This is a 1.05 kilogram air track glider. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if I do that, right, what are the forces now acting on the box? Let's say this box has now started moving to the right. What forces do we have acting on it?
The normal force, right?
Good. You have the normal force pointing up. Good. You have force of gravity. But what about the left, right, and the up, down force stuff?
Is that just gravity itself?
No, no, no. Gravity points up and down. What points to the left and right if I move this thing around?
The normal force, like I said, right?
No, Ethan, normal force points up and down. What points left and right?
Oh wait, I can't remember.
Okay. All right, these things are attached to springs, right? What happens if this box starts compressing a spring? Say it starts compressing this thing. Is the spring gonna like that?
No, it's just gonna like, it's like it's gonna be tighter and tighter. It's gonna go smaller and smaller.
So it's gonna try and push back, is what it's gonna do. Okay. So what happens is if I take this box, Ethan, and I move it to the right, and this starts to compress, I'm now gonna let's for instance, let's call this like spring 1, and let's call this spring 2. You see how this one is it's gonna exert a force on the box, right? Which we're gonna call F2S. That's the spring force from the second box.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as this box is connected to 2 springs, right? So as I push this way, right? This spring is trying to push it back this way. What is this spring trying to do? If it's getting stretched out.
It's like trying to stretch out even more.
Yeah, it's good. It's trying to pull it back even more, right? So there's an additional force here, which is F1S, okay? So both of these springs are trying to move this thing backwards, but I am applying a force of 0.90 newtons to the right, and that is keeping it where it is, okay? And so, and you notice how they say the new equilibrium position? Do you remember what equilibrium means?
When both sides are equal?
Good. Yes, equilibrium means there's no acceleration, which, yes, means that the sum of the forces on each side is equal, okay? So that means that F1S plus F2S, so these forces trying to pull it to the right, have to equal the net force trying to pull it to the left. Sorry, these forces trying to pull it to the left equals the net force trying to pull it to the right. Okay?
All right.
This I know is 0.9. What do I know about the force of a spring? What is it equal to? Do you remember what the force of a spring is equal to?
K? Is it K?
K times X. Equals a negative
All
K
right.
times X. The negative just says which way it's pointing, which we already said it's pointing that way. So, like, don't worry about the negative for now. Okay. So, when I go here to solve for the force of the first spring, X refers to how far it is displaced from its usual equilibrium. So usually it wants to chill here, right? But now we've moved it over. How much have we moved it over?
By 0.290, right?
Good. So this ends up being X, all right? So what we're going to say here is, okay, F1X is equal to K times 0.290, because it's stretched out 0.290 more. And then for this one, this is also going to be K times 0.290, because in this case, it has compressed by 0.290. This is an important concept, Ethan. If I have a spring and I stretch it this amount or I compress it this amount, the force of the spring trying to bring it back to the original position is going to be the same. Because all it cares about is K and X, where X can go both ways. I can either stretch it out by X or I can compress it by X. It's going to give you the same force.
All right.
Okay. So this all equals 0.90. And now this is just algebra, right? Because what they're asking for is what's the effective spring constant. They want to know what K is. So
Okay.
that's this plus this, right? So that's 2 times 0.290 times K is equal to 0.90. So now you can just do some math. Multiply those two, divide them by them. Where's my calculator? Calculator. Okay, so we got 2 times 0.29. Cool. And then we do 0.9 divided by that. So that's pretty cool. That gives us a K, which is equal to 1.55. And then that's newtons. Okay?
So that's the first part done?
I think that's all of it done, honestly. That's the K for each spring. They say find the effective spring constant of the system. So there's some rules about adding spring constants. I'm trying to think here. I think what you do is I think you just double this is what you say. So this is the K for each spring, Ethan, right?
All right.
But we have 2 springs attached to it. So I think the new spring is a double spring constant is what we think about. Yeah. I think that's correct. I think it's double. Someone tell me if that's wrong. Do you have the answer to this one? Ethan?
Actually, no. No, I don't.
Let me see if I can get it real quick.
But to go see the thing is that like you will need an account that is paid for, so I wouldn't do that.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, I have accounts. Attached. Let me see.
That to go?
Yeah.
Have you been on study.com?
I use Chegg.
All right.
If you find me questions on Chegg, I have the answers on them. Let me see.
Does this thing Chegg have physics questions in?
It does, yeah.
Well, send me the link and I'll check it out.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm kind of silly here. Okay. I found the K of each spring. If you want the effective K of the system, you just do this for the whole thing. You just say that, 0.90 newtons is equal to K times 0.29. So I think it's going to be double. So if I do 0.9 divided by 0.29, that gets me 3.1. So yeah, it is just doubled. It's just doubled. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then yeah, that's for each spring, and then for the springs together, you just add them up. So this is 1.55 plus 1.55, which equals 3.1, and you're done.
Oh, that was way quicker.
That wasn't bad. That's a good question.
That was way quicker. That lasted than like 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, because you've been doing all the other stuff. So like once you start knowing it, again, it helps that I taught you all the other stuff. So now you get it. Cuber, come on up. Let me teach you about exponents real quick, and then I'm gonna teach Nick.
Also, Dr. Go, one last thing I want to ask.
Hey, what's up?
If I were to get the chess champion rule, I wouldn't get the 4 coins since I already won 2 times, right? For the week.
Yeah. Let's not have you just keep farming coins for being chess champion.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Cuber, you were asking, for instance, why this is true, why x squared times x to the third is equal to x to the fifth. The exponent rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing I want to show you, for instance, is let's think about. So here are the exponent rules just in general. I'm gonna write them out in like what math language stuff is. It may be confusing, but then I'll explain it. So if you have x to the a times x to the b, this is the same thing as x to the a plus b. If you do x to the a divided by x to the b, this is x to the a minus b. Okay? And then the last one I need to teach you is that x to the a to the b is equal to x to the a times b. All right? Looks kind of weird. Let's go through this one though first, okay? What this one tells me is, for instance, if I have x to the 3 times x to the 2, what would I get?
X to the 5.
Good. Okay. What if it was x to the 4 times x to the 2? What would that be equal to?
X to the 6.
Good. I'm going to show you why this is, okay? What's another way to write x to the 4th in just a bunch of x's multiplying by each other?
Wait, what?
How could I write x to the 4th as a bunch of x's multiplying by each other?
X times X times X times X.
Very good, very good. X times x times x times x. All right, good. And then how could I write x squared?
X times X.
Good, very good. And you see how I'm doing this thing multiplied by this thing? Right?
Yeah.
If I do this times this, right? We can think of it this way if you want, right?
Yeah.
But then, you know, the parentheses go away. So, how can I write this, right, as x to the something? What would that be?
X to the 6.
Good. You see how you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah? That's why it is. That's why it is the way it is. Yeah, that's where that comes from. Okay. Let's say, for instance, I have x to the 5th over x to the 3rd. How do I write this?
X to the 5 minus 3.
Good. X to the 5 minus 3. What's 5 minus 3?
2.
Good.
Nice.
We can see why this is, all right? Let's look at this, for instance. You know I can write x to the 5th as x times x times x times x times x, right?
Yeah.
And then I can write this one, right, as x times x times x, right?
Yeah.
Now, what can I do when I have something on the top and I also have something on the bottom and they're multiplying each other? Let's say, for instance, I had 5 times 3 divided by 5. What would this be equal to?
3.
3. This would be 15 over 5, right? Which is equal to 3. Or the other smart way to do this is just to cancel out the 5s. If you're multiplying by 5 and then you're dividing by 5, those two cancel. Okay?
Okay.
So try to use that trick here. What would I do here then?
You'd take away 3 X's on the top and the
Good.
bottom.
Cancel,
3 X's.
cancel. Cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel. Oh, wait. Did I do that right? Sorry. There we go. Cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel. Right? And what am I left with?
2x.
2. You have x
X
times
times.
x.
X to the power.
Good. Yes. X squared. Very cool. That's why this rule works. You see it?
Yeah.
A little bit better? Yeah. Anytime you forget these rules, man, because I forget them all the time, just try doing this and just see like what happens. You're like, oh, that's right. I subtract them, you know? Okay. Where this can get kind of tricky, though, right? Let's say like we have x to the 2nd to the 3rd, okay? From our exponent rules here, what do we know that's going to be equal to? If I do x to the 2nd and all of that to the 3rd.
Can you say that again?
If I have x to the 2nd, but x squared is to the 3rd, what is that equal to? X to the what?
2 times X to 2 times 3.
Good. What's 2 times 3?
6.
Good. This just becomes x to the 6th, right? Let's show why that is. It's kind of cool. All right. So let's say, yeah, I have x to the 2 to the 3, all right? So I know if I want to write anything to the 3rd, let's just like pretend this is like a box. I always do this sometimes. I'm just like, oh, you know, I got a box here, right? If I have something to the 3rd power, I know that's something times itself 3 times, right?
Yeah.
See how this is equal to this? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's remember what's inside each box, right? Inside each box is x squared. Okay. What happens when I do x squared times x squared? What do I get? This is where you have to go back to the previous rule we learned, right? It's x squared times x.
X to the 4. X to the 4th.
Good, exactly. So this becomes x to the 4th, and then we're multiplying it by x squared. So what does that become?
X to the 6th.
Good. You see how you get the same answer right here? X to the 6th? You can either just multiply these together, or you could like visualize it this way. Or if you really want to visualize it, you could then break this down into x times x times x times x times x times x, right? And you see how I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's all multiplying by each other?
Yeah.
The same thing as x to the 6.
Yeah.
Cool? Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Nice. Good job. Claps.
That's dope.
Nice. That's a good question, Cubert. And actually, I've been meaning to go through that with people, so I'm glad that you asked that. That was very cool. Appreciate it. Good job, Cuber. Point. All right. Let's see. Nick, what's up? You had one last question? Last question for today? Audio working today? What is this? Oh, Jamarcus has one. Jamarcus, are you still here? My bad, Jamarcus. Sorry, I didn't see you. Late night Friday fun, dude. Having a lot of fun here on Fridays. Jamarcus, where you at? Marcus left. I know it's been kind of late. I'll give Jamarcus a little bit of time. Bum 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 bum. On Jamarcus. Hello, Noise. How's it going, Noise? Noise, did they do the wipe yet on Tarkov? Is Oh, they wiped on Thursday. Oh, so it is. Oh, so you said now it's gonna be like super sweaty, right, on Tarkov? All good. Okay. I think Jamarcus went to go eat, and I think Nick did too. So that's all good. All right, let's close out the stream. Thank you everyone for coming to office hours. Had a great time working through questions with you guys. If I didn't get to your question, let's do it again on Monday. Oh, I can't stream on Monday. I take that back. I have to go drop off all my equipment for Burning Man on Monday. Maybe I'll do a stream on Tuesday instead of Monday. Everyone's running around with shit tier loot instead of god tier loot. Yeah, that's got to be interesting.
Wow, 4 streams in a row then, for days.
Yes, yeah, 4 days in a row, dude. We love it. Oh, except I won't be able to do the next Friday. Wait, will I? No, I won't be able to do the next Friday because I'll be in Vegas. I know, I'm doing a lot of traveling these days.
We all know. You said that you were gonna be tying up for like these next 2 weeks or 3.
Yeah, these next 2-3 weeks are gonna be pretty busy for me, guys. But you know, I will try to do my best to stream as much as I can. Anyways, thank you everyone for coming. If you guys want to hang out with us, we're gonna play some Roblox games. I want to play some Arsenal with kids. I'd pick up the slack, but I'm the student, not the teacher. Well, maybe Hypatia will run some streams when I'm not here. That's all good. You know.
I mean, like, I can help a Noise with that thing. It's kind of like the image is kind of joker, but it mentions some homological algebra and algebraic topology stuff.
Yes, yeah, let's do. Yeah. I would love to see you and you explain that one and like me understand it. Let's have me understand the linear algebra proof thing first, and then let's do the homological thing. I'd love to do that. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. That's let me see. Maybe not Monday because I'm not sure. Like recently, I've been like so from the like I've been having illness on and off. So
oh no.
Yeah. But
take care of yourself. Healthcare comes first, dude.
Yeah, I will get some time and write down the thing for you, just as last time I read that down for Noise.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. I'm down. Okay, I'm gonna play some Roblox with you guys for a little bit. So if you want to join us in actual gaming, we're gonna raid right now. You're gonna get pulled over to that stream. Oh, it's our streamer affiliate anniversary. Oh, that's fun. Let's put the party hat on. What? It's the I forget that I got affiliate on this channel. Actually, that's kind of cool. Yay! Happy affiliate anniversary! Yeah. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, come on down to Recess. We're gonna play some Roblox. Otherwise, have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Love you all. I will see you around. Peace.